Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome everybody to another episode of the Cashflow Notepad. I am super excited to introduce to everybody Will Penney from Ohio. He has been in the business since 1988, and he has a massive knowledge about how to leverage YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook group to stay on top of mind and for referral. It sounds simple. Everybody know Facebook group, but I don't think anybody know how to leverage that correctly. So without further ado, I'm gonna give it to Will, and oh my God, simple, but it's gonna blow your mind off. So welcome. All right, and we are live. Okay, Will, this is at the top of the hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. Welcome everybody. So Will, I really admire Elizabeth Riley. I think you heard of her name already.
Of course.
Yeah. She have this concept. It's called the AHA Club, Agent Helping Agent Club. It doesn't really matter what line you from, what group are you from, what brokerage are you from. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Let's collaborate. Let's help each other instead of competing in the same business, right?
Oh, 100%. I agree.
And I truly believe that if you have this mindset, like all of a sudden, like the door of opportunity just open up, right? Just like how you and me connected at the conference. We share everything that we know. We don't hold back anything. We don't keep any production secret from each other. And
That's
then
right.
It's a very genuine conversation. Instead of competing each other and try to kill each other business, we're here to support and to help each other business. And that is the whole idea of why we're doing right now. So Will, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, you're very welcome.
Yeah, so Will, for those people that might not have heard of you, I know that you're on like a ton of podcasts already. Especially, I enjoyed the conversation between you and Glenn Stanford. Could you share a little bit about your story, where you came from, how long you've been in the business?
I actually became a real estate agent when I was 19, and that was 35 years ago in 1988. So I'm 54 now. And I started with Century 21, and then I went to Remax for 2 years, which was a very disruptive company at the time. And I was there from 1990 to 1990 to the middle of 1991. And back then, they were so disruptive that some of the other companies wouldn't cooperate with them on a co-broke. So I was so young, I just wasn't ready for Remax yet. So I went back to Century 21, stayed there until 2001. And my wife and I got married when I was 23. My wife and I ended up starting our own brokerage in February of 2001. And I just had my own team. I was a solo agent with a helper for about 9-10 years. And then I started a small team, which I still have now. It's just me, a listing manager, showing agent, and closing coordinator. 2019, we sold 256 houses with about 6 people.
Whoa, 256 houses with
yeah,
2
with
people?
6 people.
How? Okay, we're gonna dive into that later.
Yeah. So it was me. So it was my team of 3, and then my buddy's team of 3. So it was, I'm sorry. So that's 8 people. We had 8 people total, 256 sales. Since then, he was with me at my brokerage. He left and went to Keller Williams because I wasn't willing to give him the Keller Williams split. And then he's back. He ended up moving back to EXP when I did in 2021. So my journey to EXP was a little different. I ended up I started a social media business in 2021. So I go down to Florida for 2 months a year, Marco Island, Florida, with my wife. And I was sitting on the beach one day thinking, I make a great living, but there's no way out. We're like strippers. If you don't show up to the Saturday night shift, you're not getting paid. So I was like, there's no real way for me to replace my income, even with rentals. I mean, you have to have a lot of rentals to make, tens of thousands of dollars a month. So I started this small business to help other real estate agents. I started a Facebook group. Let me back up. So I started a private Facebook group, and we only use it to invite our clients into. And since about 80% of humans are on Facebook, you can use it like a CRM. So I
into that. Yeah.
I friend requested everybody I knew, invited them into the group, and I found that the engagement was phenomenal because groups allowed for that. And I started posting 4-5 days a week. just questions like 4 different types of front doors, or where's your favorite Mexican restaurant, or always questions, or do you like this or that? Or we have a caption this post, or we'd have a contest. Well, so what I did is it was working so well for me. I have about 1,000 past clients in this Facebook group that we stay top of mind with 5 days a week. It's actually 7 days a week because people in the group actually post to the group too. So it's engaging 7 days a week. So I thought, well, this would be a good opportunity for me to create a residual income with something that's working for me. So I started promoting it to real estate agents I knew. And then before I knew it, I had about 60 agents that were paying me $89 a month for my content and my guidance on how to grow and maintain a group. Facebook group for your sphere. Because any other tool that we use to stay in touch with our sphere, nothing works daily. Like there's nothing you can do daily. So anyway, that's what led me to podcasts. And then I ended up meeting a couple people at our current brokerage. And then that's how I ended up here. So
Wow.
That's pretty much my story.
Well, we got so much to dive into. You probably get your license before any of us was born, to be honest. How long ago did you get your license?
1988.
Man, that is, dude, I got so much to learn from you. So got your license on 1988 from Ohio, probably sold more over 3,000 homes. And then on 2019, 200 homes with a small team of 8 people. You mainly use social media and especially Facebook group right now as a CRM to engage content.
Right.
Wow. Could you dive a little bit into, Facebook group? It sounds like very simple to me, but I'm sure not anybody gonna be able to do it. So like,
right. So here's what we need to think about with social media. Okay. We have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat, or pretty much the 4, but the 3 most common are going to be Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. A lot of real estate agents don't have the consistency or the desire to do creative TikTok videos every day. And for those who do, like I have a friend of mine, Liz Brown. I mean, she posts TikToks every day and she makes a lot of money and she gets a ton of referrals. That's just not something that I'm able to do. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to make those types of videos every day. Mm-hmm. So Facebook is still the most trafficked social media platform. It's still number 1.
Yeah.
70% of the world adults are on Facebook. Mm-hmm. During COVID, Facebook became a utility because people couldn't see their family. So people would post on Facebook so that their family could see pictures of their kids in other countries or other states or other parts of the state. So it became the addiction to Facebook became much stronger. Mm-hmm. Facebook only has 3 products. They have a personal page, a business page, and a group. That's it.
Yeah.
Personal pages, they want them to be personal. And there's some very strong, tight algorithms that stop you from using personal pages as a marketing platform.
I know, right? Whenever I post something business related, Facebook just killed that post. I don't get any like.
Right. But although I've been posting videos to Reels lately and I'm getting a lot of traffic, like the Facebook Reels, if you click create a Reel and I do my videos there, I'll get 1,000, 2,000 views.
Oh,
but anyway, so the personal page in 2018, Facebook tightened their algorithm because in 2018, people were starting to fall off of Facebook. And the reason was they were seeing hundreds of posts a day from people that they didn't like in high school. And now they're Facebook friends. You know what I mean? So, your high school friends all send you a friend request and then you think it's exciting, but then you forgot what you didn't like about them in high school. And then you see pictures of everybody bragging about their cars and their kids and their food and their houses and all vacations. And then it just makes you feel bad about yourself. So Facebook tightened up the algorithm in 2018 so that you would only see posts from people that they determine you to have a real relationship with. Because at the end of the day, we're very social people, but we don't want to be overwhelmed. Most of us don't want to go into a big room of people we don't know. And that's what Facebook ended up being like.
Yeah.
So they changed the algorithm so that you would really only see posts that you have real engagement with. And Facebook would pick up on that, not just liking a post, but engaging with the people by responding to posts and commenting and all of that. And they do the same thing to you. So suddenly, if you've got 2,000 Facebook friends or 1,000 Facebook friends, you're only seeing 5 to 10% maybe of the posts, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
That's about what it is. Now, the business page, that's even worse because Facebook, they make a lot of money from business pages because of the boost post button. So if you have a business page, it's a broadcasting static page. And basically it's like a billboard that's turned away from the highway until you click the boost post. So you might have, like, I've got 1,800 followers on my business page. You get about 0.6% reach. That's it. Less than 1% reach unless you boost the post. So even to see your followers, like for your followers to see your posts, you have to boost the post. Now, the only way that you're going to get around that is if you post some like personal photos or, you know, something interesting, but not a house post, not one of these static educational, real estate educational posts. They get no traction whatsoever. None.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're buying posts like that, you're wasting your time. You should just be posting on your business page. You should be posting photos of you going to a home inspection or putting a sign in a yard or a sold sign or photographs of you with your clients in front of the house, maybe doing a quick video about the experience that they had with you. So those are the types of things that you post to a business page. But at the end of the day, you're going to have very little traffic. Personal pages and business pages are for broadcasting. So pages are for broadcasting and groups are for engagement, communication. So Facebook, groups have been around for a long time, but during COVID, when we couldn't leave our homes or we couldn't go to our offices, then what Facebook started picking up on the fact that these groups we like engaging with people that have common interests. That's why we belong to real estate agent groups.
Yeah.
There's 600 million groups, everywhere from Porsche 911 groups to traveling groups to knitting groups to bicycling groups. Every group that you would have in your real life that you would join. Sobriety groups. I mean, there's more groups than you could ever think of on Facebook. And during COVID, people were engaging with people that they had a common interest with through these groups, and that addiction also multiplied. So Facebook is putting a whole bunch of time and money behind groups. They have no plans in charging for them because they know that if you could start a group and bring people into it, and you put posts in that group that they enjoy, then Facebook's going to get behind that because they know that if you can get people to stay on the platform with your group, then that means Facebook can show them more advertisements.
Okay.
Because we are not the users of Facebook. We are the product, because the users are going to be the advertisers. And then human beings on Facebook are the product. And so they chop us up into little pieces based on our likes, our demographic, our race, our gender, our political views, and they have it all chopped up so that they can feed their advertisers the people that are going to be interested in the product or service that they're advertising. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Yeah.
They get all the different parts of you, whether you're a Republican or independent or a Democrat or, whatever it is that you're interested in based on posts that you click on. So they know everything about us. That's why so many crimes are solved with Facebook, right? So with groups, the bottom line is with groups, if you can get, if you want to grow your referral business, you have to stay top of mind with the people who know, like, and trust you. And your options are calling, texting, emailing, mailing them something, emailing them something, having client events. Those are the things that you can do. You can pop by their house. These are the things that you can do, but none of them are going to be daily.
Yeah.
With a group, 70% of people are on Facebook already. so that you're not asking them to move from here to here. It's not like it's Clubhouse or some other like platform that they're not on. The vast majority of adults over 30 years old are on Facebook. So they're checking it all day long because they're addicted as well. I mean, look what the average screen time on a smartphone is about 5 hours a day, right? And social media takes up a lot of that. And Facebook takes up a lot of that. When we see a notification, that little red dot, we want to check and see if it's that amazing post that we've been missing, you know. That's called addiction. It's called addiction. So with a Facebook group, Facebook allows you to get all those people scraped into one room, which is your group, and then you can post engaging content and stay top of mind with them every day. So when that happens, your referral business goes up.
Wow.
That's the simplicity of it.
But don't you think there's a lot of group right now? So let's say me, if I create another group, would it be like so overwhelming?
Well, no, because yes, but it's a private group for the people you know.
Okay.
Think about it like, imagine you're too young for the Jetsons, but if you went back to that cartoon in the 1970s and 80s, if they could create something that would be so futuristic that you'd never think about, looking on your computer and being able to engage or like talk to everybody you know. And I mean, basically you can use Facebook as a CRM, and it's a live CRM where you can engage with these people all day long without having to send them an email. You see what they're doing, they see what you're doing. So my black and white mind, I use Facebook as a CRM because the vast majority of people are on there anyway. So if you get them into a group and then you post content, ask them what they like doing, tell them about places to go, tell them about your favorite Chinese restaurant, your favorite Mexican restaurant, your favorite Italian restaurant, your favorite dog parks. Ask them what their favorite dog parks are. Ask them where they like to go with their family this weekend. And then all of a sudden you start getting all of this engagement and activity. And then you pepper it in with, hey, what do you think of this new kitchen? What do you think of these green cabinets? What do you think of these garage doors? What do you think of these roof lines? 4 different roof lines on a house. And those are the kinds of posts that we're posting 4 to 5 days a week. And then every 2 weeks, we have a contest and we'll have a photograph from some place in the world that, you know, whoever guesses the country, they get a $20 Amazon gift card. So we post caption this post, like really funny caption this post, like carpet on stairs that's made out of fur fabric. And we'll say, hey, what do you think of this? And then we'll get 70 people commenting on that. It's all about just fun, random, interesting stuff that's always a question, asking them for their opinion.
And these are all your past clients. And
my past clients, everybody that I meet. So if I meet a new client, I say, are you on Facebook? Yeah, cool. I'll send you a friend request. I'll invite you into the group. So just like you would normally, 2 steps, but just like with Follow Up Boss or KV Core or KW Command, you know, whatever it is you're using as a database management program, I still do that. But imagine if you could say, all right, are you on Facebook? Yes, fine. I'll friend request you. And then you invite them into your group. Now you've moved them into this group that you only have to, and it's very scalable because I've got 1,012 people that know, like, and trust me in there now.
Wow, 12,000 people that know, like.
But then what happens is my agents, if you have a team, my 3 agents, they invite all their people in. So it becomes a great agent retention tool. I just had a team agent leave. She had 300 people in my group that we're still posting content to every day. And I kicked her out of the group. Now, I'm not saying that in a rude or negative way.
I know.
She's not a team anymore. So it's an agent retention tool. There's just so many benefits to it. And it takes 10 minutes a day. Like with my company, Social Orchard, we actually give you all the content that we use in our own group, and we post it to your group for you 4 days a week. So then all you have to do is go in once a day, look at all the comments and respond to the comments, engage with the people, send them a Facebook, like send the ones that become popular in your group, send them a message saying, hey, thanks for being so active. Appreciate your support. Right? Once a month, we'll have a post in there saying, hey, if you've got a business, tell us about it. Or we'll say, hey, who's your favorite electrician? We need to know. And then everyone will start posting comments about their favorite contractors. People, like I've got members talking to other members, right? So and then you only have to go in once a day for 5 or 10 minutes. How long does it take to respond to a comment?
Quick, couple seconds.
Right. But if you think about what everyone's telling us to do, all of these gurus with social media, what they're doing is they're telling us do this to create what? Conversations.
Conversation, yeah.
The only thing you're trying to do with any social media is create conversations. We're not going to get famous. We're trying to create conversations with people who know, like, and trust us, or people who don't know us, so that we can build trust with them. But at the end of the day, it's all about getting comments or DMs or whatever. And if you're not responding to those people, then you're dead in the water anyway. This just enables you to do that much quicker and on a daily basis.
Wow. So it's a private group. And how do you name it?
A private group, yeah.
Like, let's say me, I'm not sure if all my clients talk to each other, Will.
But they don't have to talk to each other. You become the mayor of the group. You become the mayor of the town.
I see. And then
again, whatever else you're doing, right? If you've got an Instagram or if you've got a YouTube channel, you're trying to accomplish the same thing.
Yeah.
This is just with people who already know you. So you're just maintaining. Here's a terrible statistic. According to the National Association of Realtors, 92% of people say that they would use the same agent again. Do you know what the actual statistic is? It's about 13%. And it's not because they changed their mind. It's because they forgot about us, because there's so many distractions now. We have so many distractions now that we didn't have 5 years ago or 6 years ago or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We are completely overwhelmed on a daily basis. That's why we have so much trouble keeping our heads in the game and staying. We talk about consistency and persistence and LFG and, all of that, but most of us aren't able to get off a home base because we're so busy, looking at our phones that we don't get anything done. Well, you can at least use that to your benefit and keep your people who know, like, and trust you, your friends, family, past clients. I don't care if they're getting their job done. I just want to stay top of mind with them so that they don't ever forget about me. And we can do that. I mean, we still have client events. We still text our clients quarterly and just check in on them. We still have an email newsletter. I send out a market update once a week in BombBomb. I send out today, every other week I do a market update on BombBomb.
Every week.
Every other week.
Every other week. Okay. Wow.
And then the other 2 weeks, I've got one tomorrow on how to get your house ready for photographs. Then I have one that why is pricing your home important right now? Those kinds of educational videos on the process. People want to know about the process and the community, like things to do, and they want to know about your job, what you do, and we don't talk about that.
I see. So basically, you have a lot of content, and then you send in mail, but then you also put it on the Facebook group, and then you even have more.
I don't do that. No, on the Facebook group, all I'm doing is the fun questions. I don't talk about real estate at all. I don't talk about sales. I don't. If you treat it like if you went to a party. Boy, if you got invited to a party, would you walk around handing out your card?
Nope.
Would you ask them if they've got a house to sell?
Nope.
Would you talk about how many years you've been in the business with anyone, or talk about you being a realtor at all?
Nah, probably not.
No.
Yeah.
Because they already know, right? And once you become bonded with them, they're going to remember you anyway. This enables you to stay top of mind. The Facebook group is just to nurture friendships and relationships. I use BombBomb on my weekly email newsletter. I use that to talk about educating them on the real estate process and how to, problems with a home sale, problems with, pitfalls that you fall into. So I keep it all separated.
I see. Wow. So interesting how you use a Facebook group, not for real estate related stuff, but it's purely for relationship and just to keep people stay on top of mind.
People don't want to know they don't want to see that you had 54 showings and you're in a multiple offer situation. That's repellent. All it does, we send 2 messages every day as real estate agents. We tell people that the market's really busy and they don't need us.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I like that.
That's what we're doing. We're saying, hey, we were able to get 54 showings in 3 days, and we're in a multiple offer situation, because we all use that phrase right now. And then, but all that's, they're going, well, why do I need to pay you 6%? Some people are going to think that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, well, maybe I can go sell it myself and get 3 buyers, and we're just constantly telling buyers that they shouldn't bother, because if there's 50 showings on a house, why should I bother looking at it? So that's what we're doing. We're telling buyers, don't bother looking at a home right now. We're talking about the interest rates being high. We're talking about getting homes selling in a day. That turns buyers off. And then when we talk about all of the activity and the number of offers that we had and how we sold it over list price and how happy my seller was, we're telling sellers that they don't need us.
I see. Well, so just to sum up your message, I think what you're trying to do, or all of us trying to do, is try to tell people that we're in real estate, but without telling them that we're in real estate. Do something else, something creative. Is that right?
To make them like you. I mean, you
Yeah.
want know, like, trust is still the magic. The magic is know, like, trust. So if you're not, arm's length people like FSBOs, expireds, you want to have social proof. You want to have a lot of reviews on Google. You want so that people can look you up. You want to keep an active business page so that people can look you up.
Yeah,
but in terms of engagement with the people that already know, like, and trust you, because the value to a client over 10 or 15 years is $50,000 or $100,000. You want to keep them. You don't want to have to go find new ones. So if you have a Facebook group and you're staying in touch with them, with a market update and video about the process, and you're calling and texting them quarterly, and you're having a client event, it makes it so that they're never going to forget about you.
Wow. Okay.
That's what we do. That's how we sell so many houses.
Yeah. I think right now, I don't know if it's your case, Will, like I have so many groups, but they don't talk to each other. I have my video game group. I have my motorcycle group. I have my tennis group. Like there's 10 other groups. They all know me, but they don't talk to each other. Like all my sphere, I have a lot of little sphere. So is it a good idea to like jump them all together in a big Facebook group and let them chat?
My Facebook group is called the Penny. It's not about them chatting.
Oh, it's about you. Yeah.
It's about them remembering you.
Yeah.
Think about it. You already said you're in these groups. Why? So that you can connect with people that have a common interest. Tennis, motorcycling, gaming, whatever it is, right? Facebook knows that. So because of that, they provide us with some amazing analytical tools in a Facebook group that you can't get in a business page. They're getting behind you. They want you to create a group.
I see.
They want you to be part of groups because they know that we are social people. Human beings are very social creatures. That's why when people are put in solitary confinement or they're stuck at home, we end up becoming overweight, depressed. Mental health is a real thing. When people are lonely, but in a group, you can replace a lot of that by being around people that have common interests, such as your gaming group or your tennis group or your motorcycle group. But if you start your own real estate team group, or if you're a solo agent and you get your clients and people that in there, as long as you're posting fun and interesting content, they're going to stay along.
Okay.
Not about them communicating with each other. It's about you staying top of mind with them. A byproduct is over time, we have people post saying, hey, I want to put a fence up. Anybody know a good fencing contractor? And then Joe Blow will say, I know one, and they'll respond to it. Then those guys will go back and forth, for a couple seconds. Do you see? That's the engagement with each other. When people try to help, it's not. People ask questions in the group, usually about contractors or home service providers. So they'll ask for that in the group. So they start thinking of your group as a real estate home service resource.
I see. Wow. So your Facebook group name is just Penny, Friend and Family.
Penny Group, EXP, Friends and Family.
That's it. And it's a private group. It's invitation only.
It is searchable. I made it searchable so that it can be found. But we don't accept. Every time I do one of these masterminds, I have a dozen real estate agents across the country wanting to join my group, and I don't let them in. It's just for past clients. You know, I also have another group, my Social Orchard, how to build your business with referrals. I have that group with about 600 real estate agents in there, and I provide content with them every day. But my friends and family past client personal group is just for that.
So the group doesn't need to be big. It could be as small as 10 people, 100 people.
Yes.
I see. Yeah. Because in my mind, I think like the group needs to be big, but it doesn't.
Oh, it's how many people that you have in your life right now that you would like to stay top of mind with? We all have different numbers of people that we know, of houses that we sell. We all have different, but no matter what the level is, whether you're selling 6 homes a year or 106 homes a year, you still need to stay in touch with your past clients. They are still on Facebook, whether you like it or not.
I know.
And the only product that Facebook has that actually can benefit you in that situation is by starting your own group. And it's very easy. And you can start a group in about 5 minutes. I mean, it's very easy to do.
Yeah, because I don't see, now I see it, because when I check your social presence, you are not that active like publicly, you know, but inside this group, you are so active, and the result just kind of show itself.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll give you one example. When I got in the business, we didn't have cell phones.
Oh man.
Right. So we had pay phones and pagers. And then I got a car phone that was tied to the car. Right. So there was a guy named Steve, and I sold him his first house in 1988. And then I sold that house for him. But because we didn't have cell phones back then, we didn't save numbers in our phone. I lost he moved without me. He built a home and then he moved, and I lost contact with him. Wow. The year before last, I saw him on Facebook's very good at suggesting people to you who you know.
I know, right?
Right. I mean, your suggested friends list, they're reading your phone. They are able to connect you with people you know. So every day I check the suggested friends list, and he showed up. I'm like, Steve Rodenbacher, my first client ever. Well, I sent him a message. I said, Steve, you were my first client. He goes, oh my God, Will. So I sent him a friend request. I invited him into the group. He was watching it for a couple of months, and then he listed a house with me. It turns out he's a flipper, and he was using the same agent for 6 years. But once he saw how active I was, and my only communication with him was a Facebook message initially, and then the content within my group, that built enough trust that he called me, had me sell the house for him, and had my wife stage it. And he's been with me ever since. So people that I've known from high school have reached out, had me sell their parents' houses, because now they're in the group, so they're actually seeing us.
Oh, wow. Really, really cool story. Yeah, so I think 2 things that I took away from your conversation, Will, is number 1, leverage Facebook group correctly to build relationship, not to advertise yourself. And really use a platform as the way to really connect and authentically with the people you know, trust, and love, not just telling people that you're in real estate. I think that just cracked my nut in the head. I mean,
and then the group is not, again, we're all trying to get, most of us don't know what we're doing with social media, myself included. I mean, we'll all convene at the end of our careers and see if any of it was worthwhile.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, everything we're doing is trying to create conversations. That's it. That's all we're trying to do. So it's a lot easier to create a content or a conversation with people who already know you. So if you can build and strengthen that relationship repetitively, daily in a Facebook group, logic would say that you're going to have more transactions and referrals from those people.
I love it. Wow. Well, thank you so much. If there's anything else you want to share when it comes to production, let me know. If not, we got like 10 minutes left. I just want to quickly move on into something EXP related, since most of the agent here, we within EXP Realty.
Okay.
Yeah. So Will, you're in the business for just a long time. You are so successful. You're in a small team. You can hang your business anywhere else. You can even open up your own brokerage that you are, if you want to. Why did you move your license to EXP Realty?
Well, I had my own brokerage.
You had your own brokerage?
Yeah, for 21 years. That's what I said. It was Penney Real Estate. So I had my own brokerage, my wife and I. It was us. We had an independent brokerage from 2001 until February of 2001 to September of 2021.
Okay.
The only reason I came to EXP was my pain was I was 52 and I had a 7-figure business doing well over $1 million a year in commissions.
Wow.
And there's no way out.
There's no way out, sir.
There's no way out. So I don't want to go on Social Security at 62, making $3,000 a month and a few rentals paying me $5,000 a month. And I have to go on a budget. I don't want to do that. So, yeah. But unfortunately, the reason that most real estate agents die with a pen in their hand is because they're very good at selling houses and they're making $150,000 or $200,000 or $300,000 a year. And they have to keep doing that to maintain their lifestyle into their 60s or sometimes 70s. That's awful.
I know.
EXP makes it so that if you just shift your head a little bit away from clients, keep doing what you're doing, but away from clients and just helping other real estate agents, you can grow an organization that will pay you money every month through their revenue share plan. And that was once it made sense to me and I understood how the company was built, that I knew that I had to go. And that was after the Build event in 2021. I went out there to talk about my Social Orchard Facebook group business.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And with no interest in going to EXP, none. In fact, I said, I'll never go to EXP. I had never thought about shutting my brokerage down. We had 0 conversations about shutting my brokerage down. It had never come up. We were doing great, and I went out there and I saw some people come across the stage. I'm like, these people are making $10, $20, $30, $100,000 a month in revenue share. I can make 30 grand a month over 4 years. I can do that. And that's what I came back. I told my wife on the way back in the car from the airport, I'm like, we're going to EXP. We had 0 conversations. She was the broker in our company. We went from all in Penny real estate to EXP in 3 days.
3 days just by going to the Build conference. So
went to the Build conference. It opened my eyes up. I met some very successful former broker owners, and I'm like, I'm in. And I came back. I went on a Tuesday, came back Thursday. By Wednesday night, I knew I was in. Thursday, I couldn't wait to get home. I filled out the application on Friday and moved over like 3 weeks later.
Wow, what is an amazing story. So just to let everybody know, we have the Build conference, Build 23, Build event 23.com. That is going to be coming on July 10 to 12. If you're win EXP or not, you should get the ticket. Just like Will say, this is like the best of the best conference that you can ever attend it to. We have production in the morning and then agent attraction in the afternoon. But yeah, Will, just like you, that event, it just changed my business in a completely different direction.
It's all about, it's like some agents are comfortable calling for sale by owners and some aren't, but in this business, I just started talking to every agent I know that was at an icon level saying, you need to look at this model. You just need to look at this model. Teams and icon level agents are the only people that I talk to about EXP.
Yeah, which is really smart, by the way. Yeah. Because those EXP, they work for new agent too. But really, if you're an icon agent or if you're a team model or if you own an independent brokers like Will, man, if you look at the number, it's just going to blow your mind away, right? The number just work. The math doesn't lie.
I went backwards, man. I went from 100% to 80-20. I didn't care. I didn't care about the stock. I didn't care about the commission split. I knew that I would become icon. I was icon in 4 months. And then I've been here 21 months and I've already icon twice.
Holy moly.
I don't say that to brag. I knew that wouldn't be the problem. My issue wasn't making more money or keeping more of what I got. I was already getting all of it. It was creating a residual income so I could get out of selling homes.
Yep. And yet
I was very focused on, if I never have to have a conversation about radon or mold in an attic again, I'll be fine. I don't want to do those conversations anymore.
About the roof, about the leaking. Oh my God. Yeah. It's getting tiring.
I know. I lose more listings now than I used to because I go in with a poor attitude. I mean, I've got 35 years doing this and I just need to get out.
Oh man, I love that. Sometimes if you never know, sometimes if you come in with an attitude like that, people, they just like, okay, I gotta work with this guy. He know what he's talking about.
No, I'm saying that people say I get the I'm going in a different direction text because I'm not as enthusiastic as I used to be about. I'm very enthusiastic about helping real estate agents grow. But after 30, well, they say on jobs like 30 years and out. I mean, 35 years as a real estate agent, especially in this market we've had the last couple of years, can tend to be a little bit, draining. So
yeah.
I'm glad that I'm finally on a platform where I can start focusing on, building a revenue share organization, helping those agents. You can monetize your experience at this company and you cannot anywhere else.
I know. And by the way, I would still love for you if I ever need anything in Ohio, I would love for Will and the Will Penney group to help me because your experience, you're just gonna blow everybody away. It's just so much.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm like the guy at the bar who stayed there till 2 and like you're giving him a round of applause because he spent the whole night at the bar. I mean, I just never thought of doing anything else. I'm persistent. I stick with things. I'm a long distance runner. I've been married 30, almost 31 years. And I just stick. I don't change. This was a big change for me, but it was an easy one.
Wow.
I was just going to keep my brokerage for forever. But then it was when I thought, dude, you're going to have to stop doing this at some point. And then what does your income do? You can't have a team and expect them to support you through retirement. That is not reasonable. They will resent you and leave you. It's not going to happen. You can't retire and have your team work. It doesn't work that way. They're human beings who have their own wants and dreams and desires. They're not going to work so that you don't have to. That's not the way it works.
Yeah.
People think it is. They think they're going to sell their team and walk away. It's very hard to do.
So just to back it up a little bit, so somebody invite you to the Build Conference, right? So that conversation needs to happen first.
That happened on the Social Orchard podcast.
Oh, tell us more.
I knew that in order to grow my Facebook group business, it's a subscription business where I help you start a group and I give you all the content for your group. And it's $89 a month. It's socialorchard.com.
Yeah.
That is the business. That was going to be my way out of real estate sales because it works. I'm not a guru. I have this group functioning now. I get referrals from it. I wasn't thinking about EXP. I was thinking about building a residual income with my subscription business.
Yeah.
So I got on all these podcasts. Real Estate Rock Stars. I mean, all the big ones.
Yeah.
And Jesse Zagorski, who's at EXP, he was one of the guys that I was introduced to go on his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was on Sean Kokoska's podcast, the Icon Agent podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know who he was. I didn't know that he started MAPS coaching at KW and then moved to EXP. I found that out afterwards. But then once I met Jesse, he said, you should come to the Build event. I said, dude, I don't want to talk about EXP. That's not in the plans. I just want to grow my social media business. So he said, well, I'll introduce you to a bunch of people. He lied to me. So he said, I'll introduce you to a bunch of people so that you can work on that. I'm like, all right, 3 days, I'll go. So I went and sold myself on EXP. And that was
I love that. Okay, another key takeaway. Tag people to Build. If you can tag any agent to Build event, if you can tag any brokerage to Build event, trust me, right? The events
do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, the event does the heavy.
There's nothing Jesse could have done to convince me to come to EXP. And in 2 little days, I changed my mind.
Wow. That is
it was just validation over and over and over again. Validation. Meeting all these big team leaders and former broker owners. They're here now. And then seeing all those regular people crossing the stage like you, dude. When I met you in Cabo in the hot tub, like, how many people do you have? You're like 200. I'm like, 200. He's 30 years old. Right.
Wow. Yep. It's all about a connection. We sit on the top and we just keep sharing, right? We don't hold anything back. And this is the power of collaboration, just like what you guys just experienced, right? Whatever Will got, his Facebook group, the way he built his business Icon in less than 2-time icon in less than 21 months, all by Facebook group. Blow my mind away. So simple, so effective.
Not just Facebook groups. The bottom line is stay in touch. You need to have a database of everybody you meet so that you don't let them ever forget about you. And the group is just one of the tools I use. That at the end of the day, I don't care what the tool is, but you cannot get forgotten because it's so much harder to build. We all know how much harder is it when someone call a lead. You know, it's a lot more convincing. But someone who's referred to you or a past client, they barely ask you any questions.
No question asked. When can I list my house? When can you come over and help us? Easy.
They don't ask about the fees. They don't ask about the length of the listing agreement. They just there's trust there already. So since 1997, when I went to a Joe Stump event about, it's called By Referral Only University. That's when I started. I'd been in the business 9 years already in 1997. And I was 28 years old. And I hadn't thought about keeping in touch with my past clients before then. And at that point, it was like, I was a maniac about it. I just stayed in touch with got everybody into Top Producer, sent them a newsletter every month. There's so many tools available to us now that we didn't have before. But we need to be smart about how we use them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's a belly-to-belly business, and we need to use technology to create relationship or to push us closer to a relationship. We don't use the technology to replace human interaction.
That is amazing. That will be my takeaway today. Belly to belly, don't use technology to replace you, but use it to engage, and connect with people furthermore.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. We got 10 minutes left. I just gonna open up the floor a little bit. Thank you guys so much for joining us live today. This event is gonna be recorded, edited, and then everybody will get a copy. So if you have any question for Will, now is the time.
Yeah, anybody has any questions or whatever, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, usually the question they just come after. So
if anyone wants to sign up for Social Orchard, you can get a free trial. There's a 7-day free trial at socialorchard.com. It's pretty easy, and we'll help you with it.
Okay. Yeah. So I will make sure I put that in the show notes. So Social Orchard. Yeah.
Socialorchard.com.
And then I see that you are having a podcast. It's called Building Stronger Agent Podcast. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I interview big agents, solo agents, big teams, broker owners about how they got where they are and and how we can shorten the learning curve so that other people can duplicate that.
Yeah.
And these are agents. These aren't I used to only interview agents back a year ago. I don't interview EXP agents anymore.
Yeah. So you use it as a tool to be related.
I use it because I want I want to learn from other agents, and my listenership went up a lot when when it's not about EXP.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So I think this idea about unbranding ourselves and really use podcasts, use content like this as just a way to give back to the community when, all the engagement happen.
Brent Gove says that if you find an agent and you want to help them and you try to see where their weaknesses are and help them find solutions and become a better agent. So maybe they're missing out on some of this stuff some of the things that all of us think are simple. We all have our own strengths.
Yeah.
I don't know how to connect a Zoom to a Facebook Live. I don't know how to do that. I would like to, so I'll probably ask you later. But my point is, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and we need to find people that have strengths to complement our weaknesses. And then we need to help people who have weaknesses where we're strong at. That's what collaboration and these masterminds and all of that is. And if you help people, they're going to want to be close to you. And that's the key behind all of this.
Well, that's Will. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You too, man.
Yeah. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Will Penney, 2-time icon, sold over 3,000 homes, 250 deal in 2019, and probably way more than that now.
No, it's not more than that now. We're down like everybody else is, but I'm using this time to get back to basics and spend more time with my relationships and prospect more. That's what our business is not up, it's down.
And then when I first met you in Cabo, you just started doing agent attraction, helping other agent. How big is your revenue share group now? Is your sales organization?
103.
103 in 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. That is
come on, you're way higher than that.
But it took me 5 years to build it. Will you like fast tracked it like bam, 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 way faster than me. And
well, it's a lot easier. It goes back to the Facebook group. It's about foundation through connection and trust. Right. I'm able, when I call up you, if I know you and I call you up and I say, I sent a text to a friend of mine at KW this morning saying that you're an idiot for not looking at this. But you can't do that to somebody you don't know.
Yeah. Oh man. Yep. My just make a really funny comment. So May is one of our leaders. She's getting close to 100 people in her sales organization. Yeah. She just said he looked really sad with 130 people.
I've got 103.
Yeah.
I'm not sad. I just want to, I want to take advantage of this. And it's easy not to. I fall off the wagon and I get focused on business and, all of that stuff.
Yeah, but Will, 103 agent of icon and team leader. I saw your ref share chat. Dude, Will, trust me, you are doing a lot better than everybody else in the company. Congratulations.
That. I'm just doing what I'm doing, just like everybody else. I'm 54, man. I don't have time to waste. I'm old.
Yes, sir. That is actually one of my takeaway from you 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because I kind of waste my time.
How old are you?
35.
Yeah, see, you could, if you focus, like anyone in here, whatever age you are, but if you're in your 30s, like I've got a friend of mine he started with me, he's got 35, he's 34 years old, he's got 35 in his group, he's in my organization, and he just opened up an office, like he's going all in, because I keep telling him, dude, you won't have to work when you're 40. I'm on the last lap of the race. I got to get this thing going.
I know. That's what I did. The energy that I feel like coming from you, like, exactly your way out. You waste no time and you just dive straight into what work. So,
like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah. Like all of us here, we try to do different things. Like, oh, does this work? Is that work? We're just like, okay, I'm sick with the inspection report. Let me go talk to somebody.
Exactly. I don't want to talk about your bowed basement wall.
Man, just direct to the point, Will. Thank you so much.
We go to you and I end up running into each other.
I know, and we don't even we
don't even try to.
We don't even try to. Awesome, Will. Thank you so much. And then I'm gonna send you the recording, and then we go from here.
All right. Thanks, guys. I hope everyone learned something from this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Will.
You're welcome.